Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Conan Exiles. This is a much requested video guide and obviously I am going to go into a bit of depth, and this is about how to tame the lion pet. So if you guys enjoy this video and find it useful and informative, please do not forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself, and if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And of course, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content here on the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Now, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, this is a much requested guide, and obviously I'm going to be showing off both the lion as well as the greater lion, as well as where to find them and what foods to best feed them so that you can obtain the greater lion, because obviously it is a heck of a lot more powerful and has more HP. So behind me I have the variant of the lion. This is the simple one. As you can see, it is tinier. We'll have a look at his health. He's a bit scratched up because I accidentally punched him. This is how much HP he's got. Obviously you can change his name, and this is the preferred food. Now I will be also looking at the wiki to see what does best. I'm not going to be testing all of them. I'm going to be testing the so-called best foods from the wiki. We've got the greater lion next to it, and as you can see, it is significantly bigger in terms of shape and design. Not much difference there, but it does have a lot more HP. We'll be testing out the shade spice stuff. We'll be testing out the meat, the obsidian meat, and the flesh, along with the meat scraps or whatever they're called, have the lowest percentage of getting a greater lion out of the lion cubs. For that reason, I will not be testing those out. However, according to the wiki, there are 3 variations of shade spiced foods that these guys like. They all seem to have between 12%, 20 and 25% chance of getting a greater lion. I will go through those numbers as I test them. Obviously this will be a fairly longish video because I do like to back up what I say. So here is the location for the lion cubs. As you can see, there is a lion mini boss. Here is my location on the map, so he's right up here. Now this is the only place that seems to spawn the lion cubs. They do wander out quite a bit. I'm going to show you the entire map. So it's somewhere at 10, or in between 10A and 10B. There he is. There's one of the cubs. There's generally 2. I'm also going to show you a little trick with any of the pets, regardless if they are thralls or animals, and on how to preserve them, or how to preserve their spoil timers. Obviously they'll have a spoil timer in which you have to place it down, otherwise it will spoil and you'll get a carcass or something else that you don't really necessarily need. But there is a way of doing it, and again, thank you to everyone that has pointed that one out. I wouldn't even have thought about it, so I will add it into this video. So you pick them up, you place them somewhere safe, and I would suggest just going with 5 at a time to increase the chances of getting the greater pet. It does seem to work better. Obviously this is a RNG thing. It's quite random with regards to what you get. However, you know, you will increase your chances of getting something good, or in this case the greater lion pet. So as you can see, he's just sat here. I showed you that he's a 1 skull mini boss. I've got a bunch of lion cubs ready to go, and these are the meats that I'll be testing out. I will cover it all. So we're going for the shade spiced perfect cut meat, the shade spiced raw tough meat, the shade spiced raw succulent meat, and then we'll be doing the exotic flesh, exquisite meat, raw pork, and savory flesh. These are the ones that I'll be covering. We'll be doing 10 lion cubs at a time, so I reckon out of 10 lion cubs it should give us a fairly good view of what meat works best, or what food item works best with these guys. Now, according to the wiki, the shade spiced perfect cut meat has a 20% chance of getting you a greater cub. The shade spiced raw tough meat has a 25% chance, and the shade spiced raw succulent meat has a 12% chance. Obviously, these are percentages, so it doesn't necessarily mean that what you'll see here will necessarily reflect those percentages, but this is just to show you what works and how it works. So we're gonna go for the exotic flesh first, and as you can see, they are quite slow at the moment. I forgot to change the server settings, so I'm gonna have to go and do that. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so this is taking forever to produce. We have the first batch out of these guys. I have set up a little area where I'm gonna be storing these guys, so I can show you at the end of the video what each type of food item has given us. And here is the trick to preserving your creatures. Now, as you can see, there is no spoil timer on them as I take them out. So if you put them in a preserving box or improved preserving box with some ice, they seem not to spoil, or it does cancel out the spoil timer, in other words. Let's put the new batch of lion cubs in there. We're going to be doing the exotic flesh again. We'll see what we get out of this batch, and although I did change the server settings, it seems to still be slow. So I'm gonna have to go back into the server settings, save the progress on the server, and fiddle around with the settings. So I guess I'll see you guys in a bit. Here we are. Things are going fine. I have managed to figure out what was going on. I have turned down both the thrall crafting timer as well as the pet crafting timer, and it seems to work that way. So just for those that want to do that, that's kind of how it works. I've already built up a nice little enclosure here. We are on the second batch, so second and final batch for the exotic flesh. I've got a bunch of chests here, and I will put the meat next to the cubs that we, or the lions that we got out of the cubs, so you guys can see at the end of the video what's what. Next up, we're going to do the exquisite meat. We'll take 5 cubs out of here and then put them into the animal pen. This also seems to work for the undead skeletons and generally thralls that you don't want to place down, or things that have a spoil timer. So very, very interesting stuff. Don't know why and how that works, but hey, you know, it's the game logic, I guess. So first things first, the best way of doing this is by placing down the cubs, then you place the food in, so that they generally come out at around the same time. This is the first batch. I did walk away from the computer, and they kind of ate everything that was there. So I have to get another batch of the exquisite meat. That teaches me a lesson. As you can see, we got 3 greater lions and 2 normal lions. Get rid of this garbo. Get rid of that. I'll have to spawn in some more stuff, but whatever. We'll put in the next batch for the exquisite meat. I'll go and put these guys in their chest. Oh, I really hate this new door mechanic. Well, it's actually broken, I'm guessing. You have to look at these doors at a certain angle to get them to open, and have to be at a certain distance. I've been playing around with this door, trying to get it to work, tried out different doors, but this door is just well derpy. So once you put the meat in, I suggest you take it out if you're walking away, because if they mature with the meat in the taming pen, they will consume it and turn it into dung. So I mean, you can do that, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're struggling to get certain meat products, you might as well not leave it in the taming pen. Okay, they are nearly ready. So this time around, we just got normal lions. So it seems to have the exact same result as the exotic flesh. Now, exotic flesh is not all that difficult to get. The exquisite meat is a bit more specialized. but there isn't much of a difference in terms of the results here. Now, according to the wiki, the exotic flesh has a 20% chance of getting you a greater lion, whereas the exquisite meat has a 15% chance. However, we got the same results on this video, and of course, bear in mind I'm only testing it with 10 lion cubs at a time. I'm not going to go into too much of a thorough test because it will vary. It is a percentage. They won't have the same results no matter how many times you test it out, but this is just to kind of show you guys what works best with these, practically speaking. So I'm taking out the raw pork. This is what we're on now. Now, according to the wiki, the raw pork has a 10% chance of getting you a greater lion, so we'll see the results that we get from the raw pork. So far it's been 3 and 3, so I'm hoping things will change out. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is as organized as can be. Now, obviously I could cut this out of the video, but I choose not to, so that you guys can see that I'm not tampering with any of the information. Okay, these guys are nearly ready. There we go. We already got 2 greater lions and 3 normal lions, so not a bad start for this one. Okay, so we'll put these guys back in here. We'll go and get another batch of cubs and carry on with the raw pork. So let's get 5 of these out. I'm gonna have to spawn in some more, as we still have the savory flesh, the spiced perfect cut meat, the spiced raw tough meat, and the spiced raw succulent meat. So that'll be 10 for each of those as well. Okay, we'll take this out. Let's not let them consume it. And actually, I just had a bit of an idea. If the store decides to open, I want to sort this out as well. So over here, I'm gonna try and put what I used in somewhat of an organized manner right there. I do like to be organized when making the videos. It does help keep on top of what's going on and helps you guys see that as well. Okay, nearly ready here. We got another greater lion and 4 normal lions. So they seem to give out roughly 3 greater lions per each meat. That's not a bad thing. They do spawn in 2s, so it does mean it's quite promising. Now, from what I can say, it's quite subjective, but I do like to fill up my taming pen with the same animal and then place in the food that they will want. So next up is the savory flesh. This is quite common and easy to get. So is the raw pork. Obviously, you will have to travel up north and kill the wild boars for it, harvest them, but raw pork is another of those meats that is quite easy to obtain. So let's put these wonderful little cubs in here and we'll see what we get. Now, according to the wiki, this one only has a 7% chance of getting you a greater lion. Do bear in mind, the savory flesh is also the most common meat in the game. Okay, we're nearly there. And here we go. No greater lions from this. That was to be expected. So I'll go and put these guys in the chest, get another batch of the lion cubs, and we'll try the second batch of 5 lion cubs. The stupid door. There we go. Somewhat annoying, but whatever. So we'll drop these guys in here. And we'll go and get some more cubs. As you can see, I have spawned in some more because I was running short on lion cubs. And we'll go and put these guys into the taming pen and wait it out. Obviously, this will have been done over several hours, even though I have turned down the crafting timers for all thralls in the game to its bare minimum, which I believe is 0.1. Okay, here we go. So again, no greater lions. Somewhat, that does not surprise me. Kind of expected it. It is the most common form of meat that you can get in the game. Now, there's a chest. So I'll put these guys into this chest. I will showcase all of these chests at the end of the video to show everyone what's what. Get 5 more of these cubs, and now we're going to go on to the shade spiced perfect cut meat. Also, at the end of the video, I will specify the percentages for all of these food items according to the wiki, of course. I will also be showcasing each chest and what we got from them, so if you don't want to see this whole part, you can always skip to the end. So put these guys in here. Let's drop 50 of these in there. Go and drop the other 50 in the chest. So I'll use these as reference points for what each set of lion cubs used for food whilst in the taming pen. There we go. They have already matured. We got 1 greater lion from this, and the rest of the 4 lions are just simple lions. So let's get these guys out of here. We'll get another batch of cubs, and so we should be on the second batch for the shade spiced perfect cut meat. Now this is one of the items that I got off of the wiki. Apparently they like the shade spiced raw tough meat. It says it has 25% chance of getting you a greater pet, but we will see. Whoops. That door just closed right in front of me. So let's put the cubs in first. Now the reason you want to put the cubs in first is because if you put the food in, then the first cub that you've put in will, of course, then consume the food. They will kind of finish in the order of which cub consumed the food first. So you kind of want them, or I want them for this video, to mature at the same time. So this time around, we got a total of 2 greater lion pets. Next up, we are on the shade spiced raw tough meat. Apparently this is what they like the most. Let's get some cubs out of here. We'll need some more cubs. So I should need another 15 cubs to complete this video. There's the chest. We'll put half of this into here. That sorts that out, and let's put the cubs in the taming pen with this particular shade spiced meat. There we go. Gonna drop that in there. Actually, don't know why I did that. I am tired. It is very late at night. It's already 2 in the morning when I'm making this video, so I do apologize for that mistake. I kind of lost my chain of thought there. Okay, so here we go. They are all now completed, so let's go and put these guys in there. And oh, stupid door. Sheesh. Alright, where's that chest? There it is. So from the first batch of shade spiced raw tough meat, we have got a total of 2 greater lions, and the rest just simple lions. Let's get some more. As you can see, I have spawned in another 15 lion cubs, and so we're down to the last batch for the shade spiced raw tough meat, and then we'll be on to the shade spiced raw succulent meat. Okay, let's put that in there, and then give you the food and wait it out. Okay, we got another greater lion from this. Go and drop these guys off, and let's get to the shade spiced raw succulent meat, and we'll see what that does. So I'm gonna try and keep the greater lions at the end of the batches just so people can easily see them when they're watching the video. I'm gonna drop this right there, and we're now onto this. Now this is the shade spiced raw succulent meat. We'll get 5 cubs out and we'll see what this does. According to the wiki, it should be a 12% chance. So these are the top 3 raw succulent raw spiced foods, or better said, shade spiced foods. I'm gonna drop a total of 50 of these foods into the last chest for these guys when I can find it. I'm just having a look at this. I'm just checking to make sure that everything's the way I put it. This is just fatigue saying it's a word. And so there we go. That should sort that out. And I'll see you guys once the cubs have turned into lions. If I can open this door, which is annoying. And we'll just wait it out here, I guess. Okay, we are there now. So from this we got nothing with regards to greater lions, and we have one more batch to go. So this is going to be interesting. We might get 3, we might not. If we do, it'll be a good thing. If not, we'll see. We'll see what happens in a bit. So let's place these guys in here and then get the final batch of lions out. And then I'll showcase each chest and what everything in there that I have from this particular test. As I show off those chests, I will of course also mention the percentages, just so that people know. Now obviously these are the percentages of the wiki. So here we are, nearly done. Last couple of seconds before these guys become fully mature lions, and there's the result. No greater lions from the shade spiced raw succulent meat. Now do bear in mind that even if I were to run this test over and over again, the result would always be different. This is just as a generic idea to show you guys what meat did best, and so that is to help you guys use the best product to get the greater lion pets, and obviously economize on the shade bloom if at all possible, because it's quite important. So first off, we have the exotic flesh. Now here we got 3 greater lion pets. According to the wiki, this has a 20% chance of getting you a greater lion pet. Next up, we have the exquisite meat. Again, we have 3 greater lion pets, and according to the wiki, this has a 15% chance of getting you that greater lion pet. Next up, we have the raw pork. Once again, same thing with 3 greater lion pets, and it has a 10% chance of getting you that greater lion, according to the wiki. Finally, we have the savory flesh, which according to the wiki has a 7% chance, but in this test we got no greater lion pets. Next up, we have the shade spiced perfect cut meat. This has 20% chance of getting you a greater lion pet, and in this test I only got 2 greater lion pets. And this is their favorite preferred food in the menu, which is the shade spiced raw tough meat, which according to the wiki has 25% chance of getting you that greater lion pet, and we got 3 just as the other meats. And with the shade spiced raw succulent meat, which according to the wiki has a 12% chance, we got no greater lion pets. So I would definitely say stick to the exotic flesh, exquisite meat, or raw pork. They do seem to do quite good with regards to getting the greater lion versions, greater versions of the lions, my bad. They are easy to farm. They don't really require anything specific apart from just putting it in the taming pen with your lion cubs. That is, from my perspective, the best and easiest way to get it. If you guys have enjoyed it and found this video useful and informative, please do not forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content here on this channel. And for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord, Links to this you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe folks.